Hi, I'm Kid Quill, and you're watching Secret Fangirls. I'd say just like really learning now how to be a live performer. Like when I was opening shows, it was like, you know, you get on for 20, 25 minutes, you're just getting warmed up. But now it's like, you know, it's a whole marathon, not just a sprint. So you really get to like lock in and figure out like how to perform certain songs night in and night out. So yeah, like Sunset Diner was like this whole process that we went through to make these albums. It was like we started because after Mac Miller passed, I was like, I want to make an album that kids can get lost in instead of, you know, doing drugs or whatever their vice might be. And so we made this album starting from there. And then I was like, how can I mask this feeling of getting high? And that was through Night and Day. And then we were inspired by the 70s and the 80s. So then I was like, where's a place people went at night in the 70s and the 80s and also during the day? And that was a diner. So that's kind of where the whole concept came from. How much time we got? Nah, for me, like, there was one song in particular when I was in high school that I was playing soccer and I broke my leg. And I know it's like a weird song, but it, like, every time I hear it, it takes me back then. But the song Forever with like Drake, Eminem, help me out, who else is in that song? Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Kanye. Like, that song came out when I was trying to make a comeback, so I wanted at that point to play college soccer and pro soccer. So like that song always brings me back to like grinding it out. So whenever I kind of like lose inspiration, I put that song on to try to capture like, oh shit, I remember where I was. Wait, can I cuss? Okay. Like, oh shit, like this is where I was. Like, oh shit, this is where I was like when all this was going on. I need to find that passion again. Shit. That's not a word. Fuck, I don't know. What would you say? Fun.
Energetic.
Yeah.
And meaningful.
Yeah. So I would say fun, meaningful, and empowering would be my three. Usually it would be to take a shot of tequila, but I've been battling like laryngitis the whole tour, so I've just been doing vocal exercises and like this breathing mask. I look ridiculous when I do it, but it helps kind of keep the vocal warm. Other than that, I dap up with Connor, I dap up with Johnny, and we start rock and roll. So if I was a professional athlete nowadays, I would 100% want to play basketball. Nah, man, I want to play basketball, and my walk-up song would be Dancing in the Moonlight. I would totally... So here's a story I've actually never told. So I was in a studio in Indy, and I was going to be a runner. So a runner is someone that's like in the studio session that when X artist shows up, if they want some kind of whatever, I would, candy or liquor or something, I would go buy it. And I didn't know who the artist was, and so I just kind of volunteered because I knew Kanye West was in town, and I knew that he was with Travis Scott, and I was like, what if it's one of those two? And it was those guys, but they didn't end up coming, and they stayed on the bus to work on it. And I was like, I thought I was about to meet Kanye, and I was about to watch him work on Astroworld, what is now Astroworld. So I was like freaking out, and that was like the most like fangirl moment I ever had, and I didn't even get a chance to meet him. So probably Kanye West. I don't even know what I'd say. My favorite diner meal? Huh. Alright, picture this. You ever heard of a Monte Cristo? You ever heard of Monte Cristo? Okay. Monte Cristo is turkey, ham, Swiss cheese on French toast, right? You get that, dip it in syrup, powdered sugar on everything, including the crinkle French fries. Get a little bit of like some creamy ranch, but also use the syrup, milkshake, banana. I'm telling you right now. Fire. Man. What kind of road trip? Where am I going?
Wherever you want to go.
Whew. If I'm in the car for a long time with nothing to look at, I would probably take My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye. If I was in a city, like if I was going from like New York to Charlotte or something like that, I would probably take Graduation by Kanye. And then usually, I'm such a nerd, I sometimes travel with a record player. Like I have a record player in the van sometimes when we're traveling, and sometimes I'll just stop in and buy records, and I hook up my headphones and I just kind of listen while we're driving. But it sucks because I'll be listening and we'll hit a bump and the record will skip and stuff. But probably those two albums if I had to pick.
Welcome to the soundtrack or your wildest dreams where all the kids.
What's next? So I'm going home. I'm getting healthy. I'm gonna take care of my voice, kind of get back in shape, and then we're going to Canada with Bryce Vine. That starts November 8th. And then I'm doing some fun collabs, like an EDM collab. I've never done that before. That'll be fun. And then I'm going to keep working on new music and just kind of pump out some new music, maybe shoot some videos for the album, but really just kind of try to stay in a creative space. I took a long time on this album, so I just kind of want to lock in and not lose that creativity right now. So
Money, we ain't count no shit. Where the souls dance, why the devils.
what up, though? Nah, thank you guys for, this is the last show of the first headline tour, and it's been like extremely kind of eye-opening and powerful experience for me personally. Like, I just never, I have the song, The Opener, and a year and a half ago, if you would have told me I'm packing out these venues myself, I would have told me you're lying. So thank you guys for coming out to a show, and this is just the whole start of everything. All my social media is just Kid Quill, KidQuill on everything. I don't have a MySpace. Don't add me on LinkedIn.